Shalom, want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and others who grant millstone and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I am Noah Allah from GMA Chicago, and I'm just going to go into a quick lesson of what I've seen on here on the news. It says, what to know about SNAP benefits expiring, alright? And I'm about to play this video, but what I want to get into is the MOTB, right? Because the chaos that we're about to see, alright, all this is leading up to the fulfillment of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, alright? That prophecy is a major prophecy that is about to come to pass. And, these prophecies, alright, that lets you know that, these prophecies are no longer turning, because what? You see the wars and rumors of wars, the uproars of the people, alright? The famines are about to become a major thing here, especially here in America, alright? Because of this government shutdown that's basically cutting off people's assistance programs. Alright. The earthquakes in diverse places, the strange weather patterns that are happening. Alright, the chariot sightings. Alright. That lets you know what time that we're living in. Alright. And like again, real soon. Alright, well, which really we're at the doorstep, but Esau is about to implement the RFID microchip. Alright, this is the next major prophecy that's about to be made manifested. Alright, and this is going to be a worldwide thing.
Shut down the cap.
It's going to be something worldwide. And right now, Esau is pushing the squeeze on these people, starving them out. And he's going to get them by compliance, all right? In complying to, using the CBDC that is yet to come, the social credit score system, the universal basic income that's about to come and be implemented. And after that, through gradualism, all right, Esau is going to implement the MOTB, the charagma, the incision that will be underneath people's skin. Right, the new way of buying and selling, according to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Right, and no man shall buy or sell save he that hath the mark.
Is in particular. Rely on SNAP, 42 million across the country.
42 million plus the federal workers, and the number is probably higher than that. 42 million plus the federal workers, all right? They're getting laid off and working without pay. They are now turning to food banks, which food banks are now warning of not having enough for everybody. All right, are about to be affected, are about to starve.
We've talked to a number of them now in our reporting, and they say they don't know what to do. One mom in Michigan told me,
it's not just them getting affected. Everybody is going to be affected, all right? Esau wants to microchip everybody, and how is he going to do that? All right, through compliance, all right, by starving these people out, all right, getting them on their knees. And what, this is the problem that Esau is creating, all right? The problem, reaction, solution. Now people are about to react. And what, later down the road, Esau is going to bring out his so-called solution, right? Implementing the microchip, right? But it's going to be done gradually.
She's going to have to rely on water while her children eat, and she forgoes meals. Food banks across the country are already preparing for a surge. I've talked to organizers who say they are treating this food emergency like the early days of the pandemic. That's the level of demand and need that they are seeing. Now, there is this ongoing federal lawsuit about SNAP. The Department of Agriculture has an emergency fund, and there are about more than 24 Democratic-led states that have sued to force the USDA to use that emergency fund to cover SNAP, at least for the month of November, during the shutdown. The USDA says it doesn't legally believe it's allowed to use those funds to cover SNAP because those funds are set aside for things like hurricanes and other natural disasters. A federal judge ruled Friday that the administration must use those emergency dollars to cover SNAP. We expect this battle to continue to play out.
And now it's officially November the 1st. Well, of course, looting, yeah, it's going to get chaotic, but it's not going to be chaotic right away. But, people are definitely going to start looting and shit like that. All right, people are definitely going to start stealing, right? And it's going to be common. And, hey, even families that are doing good, right? They're going to notice that the shelves are going to be much more emptier. And now everybody's going to want to loot because of, fear, desperation, panic, all right? You're about to see empty shelves. Right? And this is going to lead into cannibalism, right? People starving to death. These things are coming.
Court, even if those emergency dollars, by the way, are suddenly unfrozen and used for SNAP, they wouldn't cover half of the need of SNAP across the country just for the month of November. So the reality here is, going into this weekend, there are Americans, again, 42 million across the country, who will start to see their critical food assistance dry up. And the longer this government shutdown goes on, the worse the impacts will be. Democrats up here on Capitol Hill have said that they're holding out for an extension of Obamacare tax credits that are set to expire at the end of the year. But this weekend, open enrollment begins for Obamacare, and some 20 million Americans will start to see their premiums skyrocket. Republicans have said they're not going to negotiate on that issue while the government is shut down. So it means the impacts of the shutdown continue, and the biggest impact so far is SNAP.
And hey, Esau's about to come down with that great wrath. But nonetheless, the whole point of this lesson is Revelations the 13 and 16 verse, right? Because this is a major prophecy, all right, that's about to come to pass, right? And it will indeed come to pass whether you believe it or not, right? It will come to pass, and we're right at the doorstep, right? It says, Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead, right? The mark going into Caragua and an incision, all right, in the cutting of the flesh, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. And you see, this is going to be something. So this is going to be something that's going to be made global. All right, this is going to be implemented globally. All right, because it says he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark or in the right hand or in their foreheads. And what you got, the UK over there. All right, they're doing this by gradualism. You got the UK Prime Minister over there. They're telling their citizens, hey, you cannot work without getting the digital ID. All right, so they're mandating that. All right, citizens of the UK are told that literally, like, if you don't get this digital ID, all right, you won't be able to work. All right. Well, this is gradualism. All right, to push forth the MOTB, the RFID microchip, which will soon be implemented underneath people's skin. All right, this implantable device. All right. This is the mark of the beast that you're seeing. And it's already here, right? It's just a matter of time. All right, they've been having this for years, but now they're about to really, start microchipping people on a mass scale. All right. Says, and that no man might buy it or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. Yeah, this is going to be the new way of buying and selling. All right. Esau is going to come out with that so-called solution, and he's going to be like, hey, you guys want to continue to work? You want to continue? You want food? You want to eat? All right. You want security? Hey, take this device. All right, and you get all that. But it says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6. Yeah, this is a major prophecy that is getting ready to come to pass. All right, and it's no longer tarrying anymore. All right, you're already seeing the steps that Esau is using to get to this point, to where he's about to implement it, and it is going to come to pass. All right, because hey, this is a prophecy, right? If the other prophecies are come to pass, hey, so will this one too. It's already here. And as for those that take it, hey, you're gonna be put to death, right? Because what if you take this MRI, if you take this MARK, the Karagma, the implantable device. All right, the Lord is going to have to destroy you because basically you're saying that Esau is your God. All right? Idolatry. It says Revelations 14:9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, Esau's new world order. All right? And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And well, what is that going into? The lake of fire, the second death. All right? The destruction of America. All right? Which America will be destroyed by ICBM missiles. All right? Thermonuclear missiles. All right? And hey, those that take it, all right, you're going to be tormented, of course, as what it says right here. All right? And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. All right. Many of them ICBM missiles. All right. Those who take the MRA, those who take that Karagma, all right, you're going to be destroyed. It says, and the smoke of their torment is scanned up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. You see? And yeah, America is going to be made desolate, right? Right after, this prophecy comes to pass first. Right? Because this is a major prophecy that's about to come to pass. And hey, we must prophesy about it because it's important. All right? This prophecy is major. This prophecy is important, and we must teach it. This right here is the MARK that the scriptures are speaking of. All right, because what else goes into your hand that gets injected into your hand and you use to buy and sell with it? All right, is this chip? All right, it's just this chip. All right, what you already got Elon Musk already operating with those brain chip implants with those patients. All right. All right, this MOTB. All right, this prophecy ain't no joke. All right, it's literally here. But nonetheless, that was just it to that lesson. All right, Esau is getting ready to starve these people out, and what next thing you know, all of a sudden, we're gonna be using a central bank digital currency with universal basic income and a social credit score system. Later down the road, he's going to push forth, all right, the MOTB, which is this. But I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua, and Shalom.